Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a psychology trick that you can use in sales and really in any relationship or any form of communication that can help you be more clear, close more deals, and help grow your business. So when I started off in sales, I typically closed around 30 to 35% of our pitches. But I ended up losing my sales team and I had to rebuild it from scratch, which was a crazy experience, and it's another time, another story. But in that time, I was freaking out. I didn't want to get fired, and I had to try to find a way to make up for the lost sales while I was rehiring. And I went into survival mode, I figured it out, and I learned something called pre-framing. And what it is actually very, very simple. And when I explain it to you guys, you're gonna go, oh, well, that's kind of common sense. But we're actually, if you look back in your life, you look back at who you communicate with, whether it's your boss, your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, we realize that we almost never do this. And it's not because of ill intention, we just don't really think about it. So all I changed in my pitch was I would build rapport, I would do credibility about the company, yes, all the basic common sense things. But right before we went into the presentation or right before we went into the meeting, all I would say is this. So, I'm going to say let's say the person's name's John. So, John, all I really care about today is really just seeing if this makes sense and if it works for you. And if it does, we're going to go ahead and get you set up today, obviously. But if we look at everything and it doesn't make sense, it's no big deal. At least we'll know after today. Is that fair with you? And they'd go, yeah, that's super fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Just that alone, pre-framing and setting that expectation of what's going to happen. If it works, we're going to sign up. And if it doesn't, who cares? We won't do it, but we're at least going to know after today. Just that changed everything. Because now when I was sitting down with a prospect, I was sitting down for a business meeting, I was trying to do a business deal. All of a sudden, they knew what was going to happen, whether it was a yes and whether it was a no. And let's think about this even more, right? It could be with our boss. It could be with a spouse. It could be with a deal that you're trying to work. You schedule a meeting. You talk about all of the benefits. You give the best presentation of your life. And they go, great, can you give me your business card? Cool, we'll email and we'll be in touch. And then they're gone. Or you start dating someone works at your company, something happens, and next thing you know, people get upset. And the reason why they get upset is not always because someone did something messed up or they had ill intentions, but because there was never a proper agreed upon expectation. So here's a simple rule to take with you. If there wasn't an expectation set between you and the other party, doesn't matter if it's your boss, a coworker, your spouse, or a deal that you're trying to close. If there wasn't a set expectation, you have to assume they will do and think differently than you and not get the desired result that you want. So all you have to do is set that expectation. Now, let's say you set it, right? You're at the beginning of a presentation, you're sitting down at a deal. You said, look, I don't know if this is going to work out between us, but assuming the numbers make sense, assume it works for you guys and everything works, let's go ahead and move forward today. And if not, it's no big deal. Let's say the 1 out of 20 times they go, you know what, Grant, I'm just letting you know, we're not moving forward today. We're not doing anything. Most of the time when they do that, and this is rare, all you have to do is go, completely understand. Doesn't matter to me either way. As long as it makes sense, we'll help you out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't even matter. Is that fair with you? And they'll go, yeah, that's fair. And then they'll agree again and just keep it going. And it's basically a shit test. It's them trying to protect themselves. It's them trying to have control. But most of the time, because it's such a reasonable statement that's very easily agreeable, it's giving them a way out, but it's also saying that you want to move forward, people agree to it, and they have that in the back of their head. Then when you go and ask for the deal and the numbers do make sense, assuming that they do, you end up closing. So start implementing this in your life. And what you can start doing, guys, is if you're at work or if you're interviewing at a company, set the expectation. Like, hey, if I were to hit these numbers, what would it take to get promoted? If I broke this sales record, what would happen? They go, well, a lot of good things. Well, what if we did this? if I hit this sales record or I do this, could I have an opportunity to get promoted or get a bonus? Would that work? You agree with them on both sides, you start getting more deals. And so it's very, very simple, but we just have to be upfront with the people that we're communicating, and you'll start getting a better result. So if you like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe, and keep tuning in. We're going to keep releasing videos 1 or 2 times a week. Hope to see you guys next week. Bye, guys.